the platinum-selling South African singer-songwriter. I think when it broke last week, we're actually recording our episode, and more information has come up. It's liver complications. The Guardian says problems with alcoholism, and I think there was a lot of distress in her life post the success of her album, which I believe she feels she wasn't fully credited for, and other people took advantage of her. I think, Tina, as you were mentioning that the person in question came out and was it an Instagram live?
I think it was one of the news channels in South Africa that he came out and just alluded to the fact that he understands that people were saying things. Look, from what he explained, obviously she had her own record label. Actually, she had her own managing company, apparently. Yeah. So they were responsible for everything.
Yeah.
And I also watched a video where she was with Maggie, and she was alluding to the fact that, she could have $100,000 concert or show, but she ends up getting the like 15,000 or something like that. And for her to get that 15,000, sometimes she had to chase after it.
Yeah.
So look, I think there's understanding is the entertainment business is not very friendly.
Yeah.
There's money to be made, and everybody wants to make the most.
And take
unfortunately,
people, yeah.
Exactly. Unfortunately, because they know the next person who could probably sit you on a higher chair. So for them, because of that, they want to take more money than what you are even earning.
Yeah.
As somebody who's doing the job on the ground.
Yeah.
I think it also touches on just personal management of these things. If you're in a space where you're getting these monies, 15,000 here, 15,000 there.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that money? Because you could be blowing it, thinking you are the best person or the best artist at that point, but then you're forgetting that 2-3 years down the road, you might be forgotten about, and how are you going to live? That stress will then come in, and then it takes over. All the things that you have been working towards reach a point where they stop, and they actually start regressing.
Yeah.
If there are loans, if there anything, you can't pay anymore. And guess what? The bank will just come and take you. They don't care who you are. They'll just come in and take away what is owed to them.
Yeah, what is due?
So I think there are a lot of lessons here that can be learned from her life.
Yeah.
And the testaments that came forth following a death. So yeah, it's quite sad, but
it's quite sad, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, Joe, anything you want to allude with that one?
Now, I wanted to just touch base on the issue of alcoholism, because despite having all these issues with within the music industry, but the main issue to touch here is alcoholism, which I think her family came to try and talk to her about her alcoholism, to say, if you continue on this trajectory of alcoholism, this is gonna kill you. And then unfortunately it came to pass. So we need to have a good discussion around abuse of alcohol. It doesn't matter you're in the music industry, acting industry, or you're just a job blog around the corner. Alcoholism is real. If you use alcohol to try and numb your stresses, there are high chances that you can get addicted. Once you get addicted, whether you are in a good financial space or in a bad financial space, it's not good for you, because it's a slippery slope. And I was talking to another gentleman the other day saying sometimes back when we were in uni, it took a few months for one of our friends to go down with alcohol because of excessive alcohol consumption. It's not good for the liver. It's either you can have liver cirrhosis or you can have, I think it's called a liver ascites or something like that, where you get swelling around the liver and it can result in death in short notice. So alcohol is dangerous, but alcohol is good.
How is it good?
You just need to know how much to drink.
That's it. You see,
I think the issue is
answer is
that
there.
the answer is about binge drinking. I think
Yeah.
that's what people is affecting people, the binge drinking aspect. I think, when people go out night clubbing, they fill themselves up like a state school. You want to drink heavily before you get to a certain location because you don't want to spend lots of money there. So I think, as Joy is alluding, I think it's just being mindful of the aspect. I think a good beer, one or two, is not bad. But once it becomes a consistent everyday or, thing, it can affect the long-term health of someone.
But I think at some point we just need to also talk about music contracts and things of such, because I feel like that's where a lot of people have really just been misused, or even just taken advantage of. I think there are a lot of artists that we can even just touch on where the contracts that they were given were never meant to make them anything better from day one. So again, that's another topic for another day. Hopefully we'll be able to touch on that. But yeah.